Today, we'll be building a complete e-commerce store with the latest awesome tools, completely free. We'll be building it in a few minutes with a few clicks. Greetings and welcome. I'm Athlan from WebAssist. Today, we'll be building an awesome e-commerce website using absolutely free tools. First, we'll be using the awesome Astra theme and the Astra Starter Sites plugin, along with WordPress and WooComerce. All of these tools are free. Let's have a look at what we're going to build. And this is what we'll be building: a stunning e-commerce store with WordPress. It'll have a clean menu bar at the top, a beautiful hero header with beautiful call to action, big buttons. We can shop our different categories here. We've got a beautiful grid here at the bottom. We've got a footer widget area, and we've got a footer area. A really handy feature is this cart icon in the header. So what happens here is we can see what items are in our cart, we can remove them here, we can view our cart, and we can check out. Our products page is clean and clear. We can drill down to our various product categories, we can filter our products, we can search for products. Our single product page is beautiful, clear, and clean. We've got related products here. Our cart page is crisp and clean. Our checkout page is simple and clean and optimized for conversions. I've broken up this tutorial into 5 sections, making it easy to follow. I'll leave timestamps in the description below. By all means, you can use those and skip anything that you don't need. I'll also be showing you how to install your WordPress and WooCommerce site on your own dedicated SSD Cloud Server. In my opinion, at this price point, it's the best bang for buck WordPress hosting you can get. I use it for my sites as well. In this section, I'm going to show you how to install your website on an SSD Cloud Server. To do this, you'll go to Cloudways. On the Cloudways website, you can either click the Get Started for Free button or the Platform button. This is a free trial that doesn't require a credit card, so you can give this a full test on your website, absolutely free of charge. So let's get started and log in to create our free account. Once logged into our Cloudways dashboard, we'll click the Launch button. Now we are going to select the application that we want. In this case, we were looking for WooCommerce with WordPress. So we'll select that option. Now we need to give our app, a name. I'm going to call this demo. In fact, I'll make it lowercase, demoaccount.com. I'm going to give my managed server a name of, and then I'm going to give my project a name of Test Project 1. In all these cases, you can name it whatever you want and whatever's appropriate. Next, we're going to decide what platform we want to choose. Currently, there's DigitalOcean, Linode, Vultr, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, and KYUP. Now, as you can see, on whichever one I select, I can select a server size, and it'll show me the amount of that I'll be paying monthly, as well as the hourly rate. If I select a different provider, the rate also changes there. So depending on which provider I choose, I can see exactly how much it's going to cost me. Now, for our purposes here, I'm going to choose Vultr. Vultr is my favorite, although you can use anything else you want. DigitalOcean's perfectly fine. Linode, whatever you want. I just find the Vultr servers bang for buck at this price point for my use. Provides the best power, the best speed, and definitely the best value for money. Like I said, if you want to use something else like DigitalOcean or Linode, please do go ahead. I'll select my provider, and now I'm going to select my server size. For our purposes, 1 gig will be more than enough. If your website is a lot busier and has a lot more traffic, by all means select a 2 gig, 4 gig, whatever's appropriate. I will say this though, a 1 gig server can support a surprisingly large amount of traffic. Next, we're going to select our location. Each provider has got locations all over the planet. Vultr has got 15 locations. So there they are. I'm going to select USA Seattle for our demo. What you will do here is look at your target audience and then select a point of presence or a server that's closest to your target audience to ensure that the browsing will be as quick as possible and everything will be served as quick as possible. So no matter where your audience is across the world, select the server closest to your audience. And that's about it. Let's have a look if I'm happy with everything. All looks good. I know what I'm going to pay there. I even know what I'm going to pay on an hourly rate. So let's say, for example, I wanted my server as a testing or staging server and I wanted to have it up for a few hours or a day or a week. I could then work out this exactly how much it would cost me using this figure here. Once I'm happy, I'll click Launch Now. Now I'm getting a message here saying my high-speed application will be ready in approximately 13 minutes. My server is ready. My application is being installed. Now to access it, I'll go to my dashboard. There's a list of all the servers. In this case, there's only one. I'll then click on www. I'll click on demoaccount.com. And there's my server. I can access it right away by clicking that button. That'll get me to the front end. Here are the login details to the back end. I can click that link to access it. And there are the login details to the WordPress dashboard. Now this doesn't look very good, and this is definitely not what I want to use. I want to use my domain, which is demoaccount.com, not WooComerce, blah, 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 blah. So what we need to do now is point our domain to our Cloudways server, to that IP there. So wherever your domain is hosted, you'll need to go to that control panel and you'll need to point the domain to the IP number of your new Cloudways dedicated SSD Cloud Server. So I'll show you how to do that. For the purposes of our demo, I'm going to assume that you're using cPanel. If your provider uses a proprietary control panel, your registrar that is, by all means contact them, ask them how to do it if they've got a tutorial to help you, or even ask them if they will do it for you. Most likely they'll do it free of charge. Okay, so what we want to do is first of all head on over to our control panel. In this case it'll be cPanel. Once I'm in cPanel, I'll scroll down till I get the domain section. I'll click Zone Editor. Now I'll see a list of all the hosting accounts that I've got, or rather all the domains that I've got listed on my hosting account. In this case, it's only the one, demo-account.com. To edit my zone files, I will click on Manage. Now it'll bring up a full list of everything, or every zone entry here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for the A entries. In fact, I'm looking for one A entry. If you've got too many items listed here, by all means click on that A little button there and it'll filter down to just your A records. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. There's demo-account.com and there's the current server's IP number. In other words, this server, the hosting server's IP number. What I want to do is insert the Cloudways SSD Cloud Server IP number there. So what I'll then be doing is pointing my demo-account.com not to the current hosting account IP number, but to my Cloudways server. And then what you'll notice here as well, if you look carefully, you'll see that there's a CNAME entry as well. So what it does is it points www.demo-account.com to demo-account.com. So if someone puts in www ahead of my domain name, it'll point it to demo-account, and demo-account.com points to whatever that IP number is there. Very simple. So it's awesome in that way. If someone uses the www or uses your domain or accesses your domain without the www, they'll arrive at your website. Okay, so now what we need to do is get a hold of the Cloudways server IP number. What we do is go back to our Cloudways dashboard. In our Cloudways dashboard, that will be our IP number. So what we did was we went to servers. I'll do that for you. Let's just make sure. That's a list of my servers. That's the specific server I'm looking for, and there's one application on it, or one website. I'll click on the www. I'll find my website, in this case demo-account.com. I'll click that, and there it is. Under access details, there's the public IP number. All I need to do is click it to copy it, and it's copied to my clipboard. Now we'll go back to our cPanel server and copy in that IP number. Once again in cPanel, we'll find our domain name, demo-account.com. That's that A record. I'll click Edit. Now remember, we've got our server IP number in there. We are now going to paste in the copied Cloudways SSD Cloud Server IP number. And there it is. Once I'm finished, I click make sure first of all that this is correct, very important, and then click Save Record. And that's it. Now when we type in demo-account.com or www.demo-account.com, we'll go to our new Cloudways server. One thing to note, it'll take anything between probably 1 to 24 hours for your domain to propagate or for those DNS changes to update across the internet. Please do keep that in mind. Now what we do is we go back to our Cloudways server. So what we want to do now is change our domain name to reflect the actual domain name. We do this in our Cloudways dashboard. Once again, I'll show you from the beginning. We click on servers, find our specific server, click on www, then click demo-account.com for the specific demo or the specific domain name rather. And then what we do is we click on domain management. I want to just mention something here. What you want to do here is make sure that your domain name is propagating to your cloud server. So when you type in your domain name in this case rather, demo-account.com, it'll display my website that's on my Cloudways server. So you may have to wait between 1 and 24 hours for this to propagate. Once it's done, we'll actually put in our domain name there. In this case, demo-account.com. Once I'm happy, I'll click Save Changes. And that's it. I've updated my primary domain name. Now, when I click on Access Details, I can access my website with that domain name there. Very simple, very quick. I want to show you how to scale your server up, and also want to show you how to install a free SSL certificate on your server. So, in your Cloudways dashboard, click on Servers, find the particular server you want to work with, click on www, and then find the particular domain that you want to work with. In this case, it will be again my demo-account.com. Now I'm going to click on SSL certificate. And then I'm going to use a Let's Encrypt free SSL certificate. If you want to use a custom third-party certificate, you certainly can. Just select it there and then install it. But these Let's Encrypt certificates are free of charge and they're perfectly fine to use. I'll put in my email address here and my domain name. In this case, it's demo-account.com, and then I click Install Certificate to install my certificate. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to show you how to scale your server up. Let's say that your server started to get busy and you needed more power. This is what you do. In your Cloudways dashboard, click on Servers, find your particular server, click on the server, and then a vertical scaling. That's what I'm currently paying for my 1 gig server. I'll simply move that over to 2 gig, 4 gig, whatever I need, and I'll click Scale Now. This is almost transparent and it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then you've got more power on your server. So a super simple way to scale your server up, giving it extra power almost immediately. Thank you Cloudways for making it so easy. In this section, we're going to install our Astra free theme and our Astra Starter Sites plugin. To do that, we'll go to our WordPress dashboard. In the dashboard, click Appearance, Themes, Add New. Now we'll search themes in the WordPress repository. We'll search for Astra. Once we found the Astra theme, we'll install it. Once Astra theme is installed, we won't activate it. We're going to use a child theme. The reason we use a child theme is if our parent theme is updated and we've made customizations to the theme, there's a chance that we lose those customizations. The way to circumvent this is to use a child theme. Astra makes it very simple, as Astra has got a free child theme generator tool that we can use to create a free child theme for our Astra theme. Click on the link you see now to go to the child theme generator. Once at the child theme generator, we're going to use advanced options. So click that, and that's what our options are. So first of all, let's give it a name. In this instance, I'm going to use my domain name, which was demo account. You can use anything you want. Please go ahead. Child theme number, again, anything you want. I'm just going to use 1.0.0. Author, in this case, will be Web Assist. This could be your company. Author URL, I'm going to put in my website. You can put in anything you want there. There it is. In the description, you can use your own description or you can leave the description as is. Folder name, I'm going to call this demo account. That's also fine. You can put anything you want here. Then we can also use a screenshot. The maximum dimensions are 1200 by 900 and the maximum file size is 1 meg. So to use a screenshot, click on choose file, then find your particular file you want. Once you have your file there, click generate. Astra will now generate, or Astra child theme generator will generate our child theme for us and then download it to our local machine. And there it is. To upload our child theme, once again in our WordPress dashboard, appearance and themes, there's our Astra theme that we haven't activated. We'll now upload our child theme. Let's click the upload button. Let's choose that child theme we just downloaded. There it is, and click install now. Now I'm going to activate my child theme. I'll click the activate button. And there we have it. We've got Astra theme installed and we've got our Astra child theme installed. And as you can see, that would be the screenshot that we've just uploaded. It looks good. Let's continue. Next, we're going to upload our Astra Starter Sites plugin. This plugin will allow us to select an already built site and to pull it into our fresh install of WordPress in a few minutes. So to do that, in our dashboard, we'll go to Plugins, Add New. We'll click Astra Sites to search. And there it is, Astra Starter Sites plugin, over 9,000 current active installations. We'll click install now. Once installed, we'll click activate. Astra Starter Sites is now activated. Now in the dashboard, there doesn't seem to be anything different, but if we go to dashboard, appearance, we'll now see both Astra and Astra Starter Sites options there. Let's start off with the Astra Starter Sites. This is where we're going to pull in our new website. Now we'll select our page builder of choice. We're either going to use Elementor or Beaver Builder. For this demo, I'm using Beaver Builder, so I'll click Beaver Builder. And there are all the websites that we can pull in. There's a big selection of pre-built websites that we can pull in, many of them free to use. So why do I say free to use? That agency badge there, that means that this particular website is only available for Astra agency members. So that's a paid upgrade that you would do. But don't fear, we are going to pull in the brand store, which doesn't have the agency badge. It's free to use, 100% free. It's a beautiful site, you'll be surprised. So to do this, we click on Details and Preview, and there's a preview of our website. On the left here, those are the plugins that are going to be automatically installed. So what we do is we click Install Plugins, and then Astra Starter Sites will install and activate each of those plugins. To begin, I'm going to say Install Plugins. And we're done. Astra Starter Sites plugin has installed those plugins and activated them for us. Now we're getting to the good part. Let's import our site. Now remember, this is just a preview of our website. We still have to actually import the website itself into the current website. So to do this, we click Import this site. If you have a slow connection, this could take a few minutes, so do be patient. We've now done importing our site. Let's have a look at what it looks like. Click Done, View Site. And that's our stunning new site. We've got a beautiful header here with a menu bar, very clean. We've got a hero header here with a big call to action. We've got product categories taking us to various departments to shop them. Then we've got a very beautiful product grid here with 4 products. We've got a last call to action. We've got our footer widgets and our footer. All in all, a stunning website in a few minutes. In this section, I want to show you how to set up WooCommerce on your store using the WooCommerce Setup Wizard. Now, if you remember, we pulled in our website using Astra. Now, what Astra will do is it will install WooCommerce for you and it will activate WooCommerce along with a few other plugins. Now, what happens is when you get into the back end, you may not see the Setup Wizard. And the WooCommerce Setup Wizard is an easy way to set up your WooCommerce store the first time. What I'll do first of all is show you how to find the wizard once you've logged into the back of your store, and then we'll go step by step through the process. To find the WooCommerce Setup Wizard, in your WordPress dashboard, go to WooCommerce and Settings. And in the top right, you'll see that Help drop-down. Click that, and then click Setup Wizard, and then the Setup Wizard button. And now we've got a 6-step setup process. We can go through this wizard and get our store set up in no time. Okay, step 1, store setup. What we'll first do here is decide where our store is based, in other words, your country. And then you can give it an address. And then you can carry on. If you've got a second address line, your city, postal code, and then you can select your currency. So you've got all kinds of options there, whatever your currency is. And then what type of product do you want to sell? I plan to sell both physical and digital products. I plan to sell physical products. I plan to sell digital products. So choose what's appropriate. In this case, I'm going to leave it on. I plan to sell both physical and digital products. And then there's another option. I will also be selling products or services in person. So if you are going to sell live or face-to-face, by all means click that. And then there's one thing here that I want you to take note of. This checkbox is on by default. Allow WooCommerce to collect non-sensitive diagnostic data and usage information. Now, I'm sure it'll be fine for you to allow this or keep it checked. All it does is send WooCommerce data on how your store is used. It helps them to improve the product. Personally, I don't like this and I always prefer to keep this unchecked. If you want to keep it checked, go ahead. And now to move on to payment, we click Let's Go and we'll move to the next step. On the payments page, there's 3 options. There are also many other payment gateways you can choose from. Those will be separate plugins that you can install. For our use here, I'm going to use Stripe. I'm going to deactivate PayPal. By all means, use it if that's what you want to do, if you've got a PayPal account. You can also use offline payments. I'm going to leave that as is for now. I'm going to use Stripe. Payments are very simple, 2.9% for every transaction and no other fees that I know of. You can also click a checkbox, create a new Stripe account for me, and it'll enable you to create a new Stripe account if you don't have one. Once you're ready, click continue. Now shipping. Now we'll choose first of all our shipping zone. I'm going to keep it on United Kingdom, and that's where our store is located. 2 kinds of shipping out the box that you can choose: a flat rate shipping. So let's say, for example, you want to charge $20 or £20, whatever it may be. You can then enter a flat rate. I'm going to keep it on free shipping, and then I'll work my shipping costs into my pricing. And then locations not covered by other zones, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just shipping to my country. I'll deactivate that. And then choose your weight unit. I'm going to leave it on kilograms. You've got grams, pounds, and ounces. Your dimension unit, I'm going to leave it on centimeters. This would also be millimeters, inches, and yards. When all is good, click continue. On the recommended extras page, we don't want the storefront theme installed. We already have Astra, so I'm going to deactivate that. Automated taxes powered by WooCommerce services. This is something you might want to consider. Discuss this with your accountant. Taxes can be quite daunting and complicated, especially in the United States with the state and local taxes. If you enable this, WooCommerce will work out your taxes for you automatically. It's a very simple way to get this done. Could be very useful. For our purposes, I'm going to leave it deactivated, but by all means use it if it's going to benefit you. Now I'll click continue to move along. We're almost ready. Step 5. WooCommerce now wants us to install Jetpack. Jetpack is useful in my opinion. If you don't want to use Jetpack, by all means just say skip this step. I would normally install Jetpack on my own site. For the purposes of our demo, I'm going to click skip this step. We're almost ready. You can put your email in there if you want to receive notifications. And then the next two options are what we'll have to choose. Either we'll create our first product and manually enter it, or otherwise we can import products using a CSV file. This is probably the one I would use, and import my products from a CSV file, in other words from a spreadsheet. But as we've already had products created for us by Astra, I'm not going to use any of these. It's not necessary for now. What I can do later on is go into my store backend and then add the new products that I want to have on my store. So I will now click return to dashboard. And that's how simple it is to set up your store for the first time using the WooCommerce setup wizard. In this section, I'm going through my site and I'm going to fine tune it to the way I want it. I'm going to change out a few things here and there and make it mine. Now remember, this is a high level overview. This is not an in-depth tutorial, but using what I've showed you here, you'll be able to get your website up and running literally in minutes. You'll be able to customize it and you'll be able to go live and start selling in no time. This tutorial literally will save you probably weeks of work. So this is our site. Now let's have a look once again briefly. We've got our top header here with a menu. It's very clean, simple. We've got a beautiful call to action here on our hero header with a clear heading, big call to action buttons. These take us to our store to shop. In our categories on row 2, we can shop our different departments in our store. These take us to those specific departments, or that is the idea rather, and that's what I'm going to do. And then in the featured collection row, we've got a beautiful product grid with 4 products. Below that, we've got another call to action. We've got our footer widgets and our footer. How am I going to customize this? First of all, I'm going to change out my logo. To do this, we'll go into the customizer. You can access the customizer from the front page, clicking the customize button, or from the back end, you'll go dashboard, appearance, and customize. And there's our store, and this is how we are going to customize it. Now, quick note, those 3 icons represent devices and how your site will look when viewed on those specific devices. Yeah, we've got desktop. This is what our site looks like when viewed on a desktop. If I click the tablet icon, it'll change it and show you what the website looks like when viewed on a tablet and on a mobile device. Keep that in mind. Okay, first of all, let's sort out that logo. To change out the logo, we'll go to Site Identity. There's our logo and our Retina logo. So the logo would be for regular devices. The Retina logo will be for Retina devices and high resolution devices. To change out our logo, we'll click Change Logo. We can then upload files, or we can add files from our media library. In this case, I'm going to upload files. I'll click Select Files, select my logo and upload it. Select it and then click the select button. I can edit my logo right here by cropping it. I'm going to leave it as is and say skip cropping. And there's my logo. Now I'm going to change out my Retina logo. I'll click Change Image. I'm going to upload it, click Select Files and select my Retina logo. And there's my Retina logo selected, and I'll click Choose Image. And there's my regular logo and my high resolution logo. And there you go. Now, let's say there was a little bit of padding here and you didn't like this. A simple way to sort that out would be to use the logo width option here. Just drag that slider. As you can see, it's changing over there, and it'll change it to the size I want. So wherever you're happy, change it out there, and don't forget to click Publish. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure my site title is fine. I'm happy with that for now. In fact, let's just change it to demo account, because that's what my domain was. and that'll probably be what your site title is. And then tagline, by all means remove that generic tagline. I'm now going to upload my site icon. I'll click select image. I'm going to upload it. I'll select my file. There it is. I'll click select. Now I have my site icon installed as well. Once I'm happy with everything, I'll click publish. Let's take a look what it looks like on the front end. That's looking good. Okay, next I'm going to change out the colors. As you see there, when I hover over these colors, they're purple. My color is orange, the orange that's in my logo. I'll have to do that on the footer and the footer widgets. So the footer widgets and the footer. To do that, once again in the customizer, you can reach the customizer from any page by clicking the link at the top of any page, or we can do it from the dashboard. I'm once again in the customizer. Now we are going to edit our colors that the store uses. And then secondly, we'll edit the colors in our footer widgets and our footer. Okay, first of all, let's go to colors and backgrounds, our base colors. Those are currently our base colors. I'm happy with that black that's being used, or that dark color. I'll leave that as is. It's the link hover color, the purple there, that I want to change out. To do that, I'll click on link hover color. I'm going to put in my color, which is the orange. As you can see, it hasn't changed the color here in the footer widgets or in the footer. That's because if we change the base color, that affects links on the rest of the site. I'll click publish. I'm going to leave the background color as is. Now let's do the footer widgets. We'll go to colors and backgrounds again. We'll select footer widgets. And there's all our colors. I'm happy with everything, except I'm going to change the base color once again. I'm happy with that. And now when we hover on our link, it should be the orange. And there it is, perfect. That doesn't affect the footer though. We'll do that now. I'll go back and I'll say footer bar for the footer. We've still got purple there. There's the purple color. I'm going to edit that again. And there you go. Perfect. Nothing on that side. I'm going to click publish to save my changes. I'm leaving the background color as is. I'm happy with that. Next, let's edit our footer widget and our footer bar. Now on our footer widgets, there's nothing that I really want to edit, but I'll show you how to quickly edit it in case you wanted to. To do that, once again in our customizer, we'll go to layout, we'll go to footer, footer widgets. Now the options in the Astra free theme are you can either disable the footer widgets layout completely and remove it, or you can select a 4-column. We've got 4 columns selected there. Now this will only either disable or enable those 4 columns. To edit the specific columns, these are widgets, we will go and edit the widgets. I'll show you how to do that shortly. So that's how we enable or disable it there. I'm happy with everything there. Then to edit the footer itself, we'll go to footer bar. The option here is stacked. So in other words, those 2 columns are stacked on top of each other or side by side, which is what is now selected. I'm going to leave it at side by side. So let's have a look at what's going on here. Section 1 would be that section 1. As you can see there, there's the text. And it's the selection, there's custom text. Options we've got are none, footer menu, custom text, widget. So we can also put a widget in here or even a menu. Section 2 is that section there. And it's also a custom text. And it's got a title there. Okay, so what do I want to change here with these? I'm happy with the layout, I'm happy with everything there, except I'm going to swap out a few things there. I'm going to leave the site title as is. All I want to change here is this link. I'm going to put my URL in there. And I'm going to change this to account, demo account rather, that is my company name. You can put in anything you want here. And on the second column, I'm going to leave it at custom text. Now it's got powered by demo account. I could leave that there. In this case, I'm going to change it out completely. I'm going to put a phone number there. You can put in anything you want there, any credits, any helpful information. The sky's the limit. And that's what I'll put there. And as you can see, it swapped it out. So anything you want there, by all means, go ahead and change it. We've also got a footer bar width. That's an option where we can have it full width or content width. I'm having it at content width, so it matches up or lines up nicely. I'm happy with that. I'm leaving it as is. When I'm finished, I'm going to click publish. Now remember, we may want to change out these links with menus or put anything else there, perhaps another widget. To do that, what we'll have to do is go back into the WordPress dashboard. I'm just going to click that X there. I'm going to go to Appearance and Widgets in the dashboard. And here we are. That is, beg your pardon, footer widget area 1. That is a menu. It's the quick links menu. There are all our menus on our site. And by default, it's the quick links menu. So that's the first column. Let's have a look. That would be that column there. That's the second column, third column, and fourth column. So in the second footer widget area, we've got the For Her menu. In the third widget area, we've got the For Him. And in the fourth widget area, we've got featured products. 2 products are displaying. Show the featured products. You could select on-sale products, whatever you want. So this is a WooCommerce widget. It's ordered by random and it's descending. And free products is hidden here. You can also say show hidden products. So that's how that was done. Let's say you wanted to drag one of these menus in here, you wanted something else, or you wanted custom text in there or a search box. All you would do is drag it in. So let's say, for example, we wanted a search box in there. I'll just drag it in. Let's put it on number 1 here. I'll drag it in there. I'll drop it. It's been saved. Let's refresh. So it should show here. In fact, I think let's have a look at the order. Yes, I put it at the top. So it'll show right there. Let's refresh and have a look. And there it is. Okay, so that's the principle that you'd use. Now, I don't like the look of that. I'd probably swap that out to the bottom to make it look a little nicer. To do that, very simple. We just drag the order there. It saves automatically. Let's refresh. And there you go. There's a search box in the footer. You could put in anything in any of these columns you like. So swap around, play with it, and make your store the way you like it. So that's how to do the footer widgets. Next, I want to customize my store. Let's have a look at what the store looks like. I found from time to time, when you click on the store page, it doesn't show. To fix that, we'll go to WooCommerce settings. We'll click on products. Make sure the shop page is the one you want. In this case, it's store. And click save changes. Now when I refresh, my store magically appears. Keep that in mind if you don't see it there. Now what do I want to change in my store? I'm happy with everything. And that's the beauty of having these pre-made sites. There's not much to change. But let's have a look here. I'm going to take you through the customizer settings on a quick tour to show you what you can change in case you do want to change it. Now first of all, I'm going to show you how to fix that. As you can see, that a word break there, or there is a word break there. I'll show you how to remove that in case you want it removed. And then there are no buy buttons here or buy now buttons, so I can't make any purchases here. I'll show you how to change that. Other than that, there's not much that needs to be changed. To customize our store, we can go to the customizer from any page at the top link, or in the dashboard we can go to Appearance, Customize. Now we want to customize our store page. So let's go first of all to Layout, WooCommerce, and then Shop. And then let's go to the store page. Okay, that's the store page. Now let's have a look what we want. First and foremost, I want to show my Add to Cart button. Currently the Add to Cart button and the select options are not available. So to enable it or to make it visible, I'll click the I button and now it'll become visible. There you go, select options, Add to Cart. Now remember, we had an issue with that black link there, and I see it here on this button as well. No problem, we'll fix that quickly. I'll show you how to do that shortly. Okay, let's first go through this. Here you've got the title, this is the category, and that's the rating, and then your buy button, your call to action. And then we have our sale badge for products that are on sale. Clearly shows it, makes it stand out, looks good. Okay, here are some options that you might want to be aware of. Let's say, for example, that you want to remove the rating above the accessories, in other words, above that category. All you do is you just grab onto it here. That shows you the order. You grab onto it and you drag it to whatever order you want. There you go. Now our ratings are above our category, and that works with everything. So that's a simple way to sort this out. If you wanted, for example, the short description to show or to display, click the I button. I don't. I'm happy with the way that it is. Now next, I see we've got 1, 2, 3 columns. It's showing 3 columns there. Let's have a look at what 4 columns might look like. That's a little too cramped. I'm going to push it back on desktop to 3 columns. That looks good. Now what about on desktop, or beg your pardon, what about on mobile and on tablet? Let's click the desktop button. Currently it's showing on desktop. Now it's showing the mobile view. There we've got 2 products. Now you can change this to whatever you want. I'm happy with 2 products on my mobile, or rather on my tablet. Now I want to see mobile. I'm going to click mobile, and that is 1 product per column. Perfect, I'm happy with that. Then to return, I click that. So remember, in the customizer, as said before, and there they are, the ones I spoke to you about, the icons I spoke to you about before, wherever you see that, that would be specifically for tablet view, for mobile device view, and for desktop view. You can set it there and drill down to exactly what you want. In products per page, currently set to 12, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12. And then if you had more than 12 products, pagination kicks in. So let's say you had 50 products. It would just paginate 12 products per page until you reach the end. So keep in mind that's how the pagination works. Very neat, very simple. I like it. You can also edit the shop archive content width. So in other words, the width of your store. I'm happy with the default. I'll leave it as is. Now when I'm happy with everything here, I'll click publish. Let's move on to the next option, which is single product. You can disable breadcrumbs. There are the breadcrumbs on the store page. Let's go to the single product page and look what that looks like. There is the breadcrumbs. I would leave those as is. I think it's a good way to help your visitors navigate your store, especially a store with lots of categories, lots of departments, lots of products. Makes it a lot easier to navigate. So I'm leaving it as is. If you had to disable it, don't forget to click publish. And I'm going back one, and we'll go to our cart page. You can enable upsells on your cart page. I'm going to leave it as is. Let's move on. Now let's move on in the customizer to WooCommerce, store notice. You can enable a store notice here. It's site-wide. In this case, the notice is this is a demo store for testing purposes. No order shall be fulfilled. You can have any notice you want there. Let's say your store was down for maintenance or some other important information about your store. You could put it there. So you click enable store notice, and there we go. It shows on the top there. You can't miss it. Now be very careful. This will be if you have an issue with your store, or your store's down, or you can't take orders for some reason, you're having technical difficulties. That's where you'd have the store notice here. I'm going to disable it. And there we go. Let's continue. Next, we've got product catalog. On our shop page, where we are now, we can show products. So the shop page display. By the way, click on that little hover, rather on that little question mark for slightly more information on what each option presents. So shop display page, do I want to show products, show categories, show products and categories. I'm going to leave it on show products for now. I'm happy with that. Category display, this would be if I'm in a specific category. Let's for example go to the jeans category. Here are all our categories. Yeah, I can show products, show subcategories, or show subcategories and products. It's on show products. I'm going to leave it at that default. I'm happy with that. And then default product sorting. Our default sorting, do we want a custom ordering plus name, which is the default? Do we want to sort by popularity, that is by sales? Average rating, sort by most recent, in other words, our latest product. Sort by price ascending or sort by price descending. I'm going to leave it on the default sorting. When I'm happy with everything, I click publish. Next, we'll look at the product images. I'm happy with everything the way that it is. I'm not going to change anything. Let's go into a single product and have a look. I'm very happy with the way images are handled. I'm not going to make any changes here. If you do make changes, of course, please do remember to publish your changes to save them. Before we continue, let's fix a few of the issues here. First of all, let's fix that cramped button, the search button there. Initially, I thought I could change the size of the sidebar, but that didn't work. So it seems that there is a word break on there and it's persistent. So what I'll do in my customizer is add a simple snippet of CSS. I'll go in my customizer to additional CSS. I'll scroll down, making sure that I don't disturb any of the current CSS. Once at the bottom, I'll get a few free lines. I'll put in the simple bit of CSS. It changes the word break from break all to keep all. Now you can see it's fixed that search text that was broken. The only caveat is it makes your search box slightly cramped. You don't mind that, by all means leave it in. There it is. Next, let's change those black links when we hover on any buttons. To do that, once again in the customizer, we'll go to buttons. So what I'm going to do is change the text color here. And it's the button text hover color. So I'm going to make that white, selected, and that should fix it. There you go. Now we can see what's going on. Perfect. I'm happy with that. I'll click publish to save my changes. Let's now look at the front end. What else do we want to change? I really am happy with everything the way that it is. There's not much to do. I think what I do want to do is there's an About Us link here in the main menu. I want to remove this simply because I want to concentrate my visitors' attention on the store, on the departments, and on shopping. I don't want to dilute their attention with that About Us button. And if I have a look at the footer, there is already a link to the About page in the Quick Links section. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to remove that link there. To do that, we go to our dashboard, Appearance, Menus. Now that is on my main or primary menu. So I'll need to select my primary menu, which is that one there, and click Select. And there's my entire menu structure, the top links or the sublinks or the submenu. There's the About Us link. I want to remove that, so I'll click Remove. And don't forget, as you see there, first of all, it's saved as, to the primary menu rather. That's the display list location. I'll click Save Menu. Now when I refresh, the About Us button should be gone there. And it's gone. Perfect. Now my visitor attention is much more focused on the store. You can also remove the home button there, and then the first link will then be store. You do exactly the same thing and just remove it if you want it removed. I'm going to leave the home link there for now. I'm happy with everything else. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to edit the front page and any other pages that are using the page builder. So that'll be front page, the contact page, the About Us page. Let's say you had a shipping policy, privacy policy, terms and conditions, those pages that are not part of the store. I'll show you how to edit those now. To do that, let's go to the front end, and what we'll do is click Page Builder. When you open the Page Builder for the first time, it'll ask you if you want to take the tour. If you're new to Beaver Builder, by all means take it. It really is helpful. I'm going to click No Thanks. The first thing you want to do when editing your store is remove all these images. So this is a background image here. Those are also background images. It's very simple to do this. To edit a row image, we click on the row edit icon, scroll down, and we click replace. And then we'll upload an image. I recommend an image for these hero headers of at least 1600 pixels wide. Now the height, you can have a look at how high you want your image or your row to be and adjust it accordingly. Obviously you can set it then to, for example, center, scroll, and to fill the page. So it doesn't have to be exact. If you click fill, then it'll make sure that it fills that entire page. Make sure the image is large enough. Anyway, so that's how you change out that image. I then want to change out this heading here. I click on it to edit it, and then I click on edit list discounts. I'm going to say up to 50% off this weekend, and it'll change now. There we go. On all products, I'm giving a call to action here site-wide on all my products for this weekend. Now on these call to action buttons, I want to now send them to the base of my store. You could send them to a specific product even if you wanted, or a department or category, that is. It's entirely up to you. As it's on all products, I'm sending them to the base of my store, in other words, my store page. To do that, I'll click on the button. There's the shop now text. This is a dead link. What I can do here is click select to find my store link. And there it is. I'll click it, and there is my URL. I'll click save. That's how I edit buttons. And when my visitors click on it, they'll be taken to whatever link I've put in there. Now to preview changes in Beaver Builder, you hit on your keyboard the P button, which brings up the preview screen. Now you can see there, if you have a look at the bottom there left, when I hover on it, you can see that it takes me to my store. This is still a dead link, so I would edit this with whatever other link that I want there, wherever else you want your visitors to go. And that's how I do that. Let's move on to the next section. Now we need to change out these background images. These are columns. That was a row, obviously. These are columns, so there's 4 columns here. I need to change these images first of all. To edit a column background image, or to edit a column, I'll click on the column row and column settings. And I'll scroll down and I can replace the image there with an image that I prefer. Once I'm ready, I'll click save. Same thing when editing headings. Simply go in there and then click the heading. Same thing when I'm editing the button. So you follow the same process to send them wherever you want. One thing I want to mention, in this example, website visitors are being sent to our different shop departments or categories. Here would be women's fashion, men's fashion, shoes and accessories. A simple way to find that shop category or department would be to go to the front end of your store and then select a department or category, and then simply copy the URL there. Come back here and paste it in. Save it. And that's perfect. Now when I click P on my keyboard to preview, if you have a look in the bottom there, that link now takes me to product category, jeans, men. And that's how you change these links to go to any department. Now remember, to carry on editing, you can either click P again to return to editing, or click the continue editing button. On the feature collection, we've got a grid layout here with 4 columns. I'm very happy with the way that was done. Let's just click on it to see what was done here. Okay, so they've used the shortcode here, columns equals 4, so those are the 4 columns. Category is shoes men and jackets men. Now let's say we wanted to swap these out with another category. To do that, in our dashboard, we go to products and categories, and there are all the product slugs. There's shoes men. What was the other one? The other one was jackets men. Jackets men. So let's say we wanted, for example, shirts woman. We copy that, and let's say we want to replace jackets men with shirts woman. Paste that in there, making sure that we keep those exclamation points there and that comma. Don't disturb anything, and then click save. And that's how that's done. Very simple. Now as you can see, you may have to change this out to a 3 column. Simply do it by changing the 4 to a 3. Click save, and there you go. All good. Okay, so simple way to edit that. Next, we want to edit this discover more call to action. Now I want to click preview here because I think we're going to have 2 problems here. First of all, the color. Yes, okay, so we need to change the color here, and then obviously I can change the text, which I'm going to leave as is, and then we need to make sure that the link goes somewhere. If you look at the bottom here, you can see that it's a dead link. So To come out of editing mode, I'll click continue editing or P on my keyboard. I'll click the item itself to edit it. Let's do the color first of all. Color is purple. Now let me show you a little trick in Beaver Builder. The current color is that purple. Now my color is this, the orange. I don't want to have to type out that orange each and every time. So what I can do is add it as a preset. So I type my color in there, make sure it's correct, and then click that little plus button. And then my color has now been added as a preset. So I don't have to ever type it again. I can simply go and select it in the page builder every time I need that color. So I'm going to select it here and click save. Now when I preview, it's orange. Perfect. Now let's check the link there. There, it's a dead link. I'm going to send them to the base of my store. We could, like I've showed you, we could search for it there. Or I know my store URL is /store/ I'm going to leave it like that. Click save. And when I click P to preview, if you look in the bottom there, it is still correct. Okay, that's how that is done. Very simple. That is our homepage edited. Now remember, I told you you'll do exactly the same thing for your about page, your contact us page, and any other pages that aren't store pages or blog pages. You'd use the same principle to edit all of those pages. When I'm happy with everything, I click done and publish. And there's my store. Let's go through it once again. I see I forgot something. That purple line, I need to change that. I'll do that right now. Everything else looks good. I'm very happy. Looks excellent. Perfect. Okay, let's go and change out that purple line. I'll click Page Builder again. And then I'll click the line. And there we go. That's the purple. So let's use our preset that we just saw how to do. I'll click on the color. Instead of typing in my color there, I'll click Color Presets. And I'll click the color preset, which is my orange. And I'll click Save. And there we go. Perfect. When I'm happy, I'll click Done and Publish. And there we go. I love it. It looks awesome. It's clean. It's simple. It looks good on all devices. It really is a stunning store. And it took us a few minutes literally to build. Thank you, Astra, again. Let's do a quick recap. We've installed our website with WooCommerce on a customized and optimized SSD Cloud Server that's scalable. We've installed our website in a few clicks. We've edited it, we've tweaked it, and we're ready to roll. All of this was done in a few minutes. Think about how much time we've saved if you had to build all this by hand. This really is an awesome solution, and as far as I'm concerned, the quickest solution I know to get an e-commerce website live. And the good thing about it is it's a rock solid quality product that we've just built. I hope you enjoyed building your website as much as I did. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. I'm Athlone, I'm from WebAssist, and I build e-commerce websites. Please visit webassist.xyz to see how I can help you with your e-commerce website. If you found this video helpful at all, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like, and of course hit that notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload new videos. Thank you so much again. Take care. See you soon.